Okay. So we got Zoom Spot, we got Skybridge, we got Jumbo Spot, we got all sorts of names out there. These companies have put on their various products. The DV Mega was another one you probably heard of or seen if you've been looking at this stuff. And it's, you get down to the bottom of the list, that Shark RF, the Open Spot 2 and Open Spot 3, that's kind of the Cadillac, and they don't follow the typical way of handling the audio that the other people do. They handle it, but they handle it internally with IC circuits that have been made specifically to do what it's doing versus trying to make it do a lot of other things at the same time with that little microprocessor that just doesn't have enough horsepower. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents in there. Now, one thing I want to point out right away, and I'm going to do this multiple times throughout. In the lower right corner, you can see it says Wires X is not supported via hotspots. Keep that in mind. A lot of people get mixed up on that. Wires X, Yaesu, is a proprietary protocol, and it does not in any way talk directly to anything other than Wires X. Period. End of story. And if you connect to somebody with Wires X, you're doing it through some sort of protocol change that's taking place. You're not doing it directly, and we'll get into a little more of that. But just keep that in mind as you go through this. And I've tried to throw this in a number of slides. Next one, please. Okay, so what's radio over IP? Boy, that term's been bounced around for a long time already, at least in my world, on the commercial side, long before I got into the amateur radio side to do this. It's a generic term, not a particularly standard, generally uses pulse code modulation, which goes way back, way back. I mean, we're talking back in the 70s, pulse code modulation first was, even before that with radar. That the voice packets via an IP connection, and though we're using it on the internet. Everything's pulse code modulation when it comes to that, when it comes to the scheme of converting analog to digital and back again.